It's imperative that we have some peace and quiet around here. And today I have found paleoart that is simply old once again. It is not that painful. It might be slightly painful. It varies with the old stuff, but it's not, not horrifically, gut-wrenchingly awful. So, maybe we'll actually have a good time. Who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen around these parts. Can it? Okay. I'm sorry. First of all, erupting volcano. It's right there. Just hanging out, vibing, chilling. They don't seem to mind this. As far as we got, an old school T-Rex. That's about right. And it's the apatosaur that bothers me, though. Because that is the most lizardy sauropod I've ever seen. Like, look at the head. It looks like a lizard. Like, very much so. It's very distinctive. I'll give it that. I like the coloration. I like the boldness of the coloration. That I do like. But man, is that a lizard head and a lizard neck and the rest of it. I mean, I guess it's fine. Although apparently that apatosaur has thumbs. Interesting. Don't know about that. Don't know about that one, Chief. Well, lizard. Hooray! We're off to a great start. Okay, I don't even know. Wait. This is such... I'm sorry, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. A rink in the glacial period. Everyone's happy and dancing. We got a woolly rhino and a woolly mammoth and... to be fair, this is obviously not meant to be very accurate at all. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun. There's a moose in the background. Just hanging out. He wants to be part of the party too. Don't forget to invite the moose, guys, to the Ice Age Bash. Forget about your worries and your strife. I'm meeting the bear. Oh. What you doing down there? That's the vibe I get from this. He doesn't even look like he's hunting. He's just like, huh? The heck are you? You look funny. Where's the rest of ya? And then Kylosaur doesn't even seem to be bothered by the T-Rex. Just staring at it. Like, he's just like, whatever, man. Go ahead. Try something. Maybe that's the situation. Maybe the T-Rex is trying to be threatening. And then Kylosaur is like, ha, bet. All right, maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. I don't judge. You can't assume nothing. You can't assume anything. Now that is a classic apatosaur, if ever there was one. We got the upper snaky neck, tail draggy. I believe this is clay. Is it stop motion? Is this from a stop motion film, possibly? Or maybe it's just a little statue someone made. I'm not 100% on exactly the source here. But, I mean, it's wrong, but it's relatively inoffensive. This is your classic sauropod. There's really nothing more I can say. You got long arms, Tyrannosaurus. Those are some larger arms on the T-Rex there that I'm used to. You could almost make it a quadruped with those arms. I don't know how I feel about that. Otherwise, it's fine. I mean, it's not the worst I've ever seen. I think the number of fingers is wrong, too. I only know it's Tyrannosaur because, for one thing, that's a Triceratops, and a very dead one. And for two, it says Tyrannosaur right there. That's how we know these things. Magical. I feel like this allosaur is a little miffed at the apatosaur has chosen to dwell in the water. Old school depiction of the sauropods in the water. Got quite a few of them, and the allosaur is just like, oh no! How am I supposed to eat now? You guys are in the water. Get out of the water. That's cheating. Also, based off the fact that sauropod is closer to the view than the allosaur is, that allosaur is friggin' huge, man! Or perhaps that apatosaur is simply a juvenile. That's possible. That's possible. I suppose we could look at it that way. There's also something in the bushes. What are you? Answer me, coward! Oh, we got a lot going on here. Got a lot going on around here. Well, look at those two claws. I guess you're supposed to be a T-Rex, which is annoying because that's a Stegosaur. So we got some time displacement once again. Stegosaur's having a chat with, I guess, a prehistoric crocodile. They're just having a good conversation, hanging out. Yeah, Montosaurs are oddly relaxed given the T-Rex over here. And again, the sauropods are just chilling in the water, where they aren't supposed to be, but hey, whatever. It's a nice piece, no matter how wrong. Look! He finally got him! He finally got that annoying Archaeopteryx. Good for you. You got him. Dinner is served. A delicious bird. Eat it! Eat it! Consume the flesh! I'm so glad that this was labeled. I could probably figure out the left one, but the one on the right, or below as it says, would have thrown me off considerably. So we have the Iguanodon, which is like the middling old school rendition, not the super old school Iguanodon, but not the modern one. No, this is the tail draggy tripod, thumb spike. Straight up looks like an Iguanodon, even though, no, it didn't actually look like an iguana. That's just what they named it. Whatever. He is literally chilling on his tail, using his tail like a chair. And that's funny. The other one drives me crazy, because all it says is that it's a hadrosaur. Thank you for that. I appreciate that it's on all fours. But which friggin' hadrosaur is it supposed to be? Do you have any idea how vague that is? I say hadrosaur a lot, only because half the time, I don't know what species the animals in these images are supposed to be, so I just say hadrosaur, because it's kind of a blanket term. I know what kind of dinosaur, but not exactly the species, or even the genus. In this case, the book, the educational book, which I presume this is from, given it says this is page 86, isn't specifying which hadrosaur it is. You got one job around here. Which one is it? If I were to guess, I'd say Corythosaurus, only because of that friggin' dome. But if that's the case, why didn't you just say Corythosaurus instead of the vague blanket term of hadrosaur? Also, I know I always rail on the idea they're supposed to be on four legs, but that particular stance, not really a fan of that. All the legs look pretty much the same length. No, that is still pretty wrong. Granted, I don't know which hadrosaur it is. It could be a lot of things. You don't know. It will forever remain a mystery. The battle of titans of the Jurassic. Tyrannosaurus versus Stegosaurus. There can be only one! You know, normally I complain about the erupting volcano thing, but I think the portrayal in this instance is meant to illustrate these creatures running away from the erupting volcano, which, in complete fairness, is totally justified. Half the time, and by half I mean like 99% of the time, the erupting volcano is in the background of these images, just as like a background piece. Like, look, there's an erupting volcano back there. To which I say, yeah, isn't that cause for concern? Because, like, that didn't happen every day, even in the age of the dinosaurs. Like, this is not not a normal thing, nor is it something that the animals were just chill with, because it's incredibly dangerous. And this one illustrates the fact that, yes, that is incredibly dangerous. We should probably move away from that now, otherwise we will die horribly. I think the neck is a bit too high on whatever this is supposed to be. It could be a few. I was about to say brachy, but it lacks the dome shaped head, so maybe Dreadnoughtus? Possibly? I'm not sure. But it is moving away from the erupting volcano, and that's a good call. And last, but certainly not least, Theropod versus Theropod! Green versus red! Who will be victorious? The battle under this storm of the century! It will be legendary! Dun 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 dun! And with that, a special thank you goes out to my apex predators, Arthur Roy and Metal for Life Guy. Till next time, this is Darkness, and I bid you all a fun farewell.